for some delay. And welcome to today's session. I'm Baljit Singh. I'm one of the migration agents working with CECA. So in today's session, we will be discussing about what are the critical sectors. Okay, there's some problem with the slides. Sorry. Okay, right. So in today's session, we'll be discussing about what are the critical sectors and why is it important for the future permanent residency. Why should you look into those sectors and how or what to study for the same. Like if you want to be a permanent residence, what is the easier pathway or easier way to get a permanent residency? What to study? So we'll be looking into a few of those professions which can help you out in the future to get a permanent residency of Australia. Okay, and then we'll also look into with those professions, like what would be your permanent pathway towards your residency. And yeah, so let's begin with that. So first we'll discuss what the critical sector is. So the critical sector is typically like as it is relevant from the skill list of Canberra, which was released last week. So the the occupations like nursing, social work, engineering, and IT will form these list. So recently Canberra has released the occupation list. We are hoping that South Australia would be releasing it today. Soon Victoria will follow, and then of course the other states are going to finalize it soon. So these professions are would be in demand. This is mainly because the according to the government data, they in these sectors these can witness high skill shortage list in the coming years. So this is relevant to what they have said in the what they have reflected in the occupation ceiling list, which they released last week. Uh, so what else we can expect? So this would be because the government would be spending more and more on infrastructure projects, plus on ramping up the health system. So in the COVID-19, what we have seen is that the government or Australia, they the health system struggled to cope up with the number of cases. So to ramp up those, it like it is now in the government's priority list to ramp up the health system. Plus because of the COVID-19, there was the economy, it shattered, and the government now wants to spend more into economy to create more jobs. They want to put in more money into infrastructure projects. So to boost the economy, first of all, what you need to do is you need to boost the spending. So they'll be spending on infrastructure, and hence they will be boosting the economy, and plus creating more jobs. For more job, when the more jobs are created, so they need migrants to fulfill those positions if they are not filled by the local population. So this would be a good news for migration in the future for Australia. Okay, so let's discuss one by one these professions, like what you can study in those professions, and where to study those things, and what you can expect in the future from these professions. We'll discuss them one by one. We'll not go in like too much of details. If you have any questions, you can keep it for the during the end of the session, but we'll try to cover everything. In engineering, let's see, the engineering profession which will see in surge in demand will include civil engineers, electrical engineers, mechanical and mining engineering. So as we know that when there would be spending on infrastructure, the foremost engineers which require are the mechanical engineers and the civil engineers, plus the electrical engineers. So these professions would remain in demand in the coming future, um, like most likely till 2030 they will not decline in demand. Above that, there would be a mining engineering, because other governments would also be spending on their infrastructure, like the governments of other countries like China or India or any other country which are developing. As they would spend on their infrastructure, so they will be needing the material which is mined in the Australian mines. So for doing those for those kind of professions, you need mining engineers to work in the mines. Also, what do you do for engineering? Like if you want to uh, if you want to be one of these kind of engineers, so you would need a degree in engineering in a related field, be it a mining engineering, be it electrical engineer, be it mechanical engineering or civil engineering, and then you need to get assessment from Engineers Australia. So Engineers Australia, they have they recognized quite a few of degrees which are studied in Australia or which are taught in Australia. But still, like there are few engineering degrees which are not recognized. Like most of them are recognized, but you should keep in mind that few of them are not recognized. So for those engineering professions, you need to be getting the assessment done by Engineers Australia by doing a assessment by the CDRs, or the competent demonstration report. So the bachelor can typically take up to 4 years to complete, and the masters can be done in a 2 years time. So you can do any of those to be an engineer. So yeah, if you sorry, if you could keep your mics and speakers off, it would be great. Okay, so sorry, there is some problem going on with this thing. All right. Yes, so everybody can hear me now? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So with this, the engineering. So you can do 2 years of masters, or you can do a 4 years of bachelor degree. And uh, and once you do that, your assessment is straight away done by the Engineers Australia. And then you can do a professional year if you want to boost up your points. And after that, you can apply for your permanent residency like straight away. So another profession to look into is of a social worker. Social workers are so social worker would be the one of the profession which would remain in high demand in the coming years. So to be a social worker, you can do a bachelor's or a master's in community service, or social work or equivalent. And then for doing a master's, you may require a previous work experience as social worker or a community worker. So when you are doing a master's, you cannot or you rarely get an admission without any experience in as a social worker. So it is highly recommended that if you are looking for doing a master's in a social work, you should be doing a bachelor's. If you are already done a graduation, then you should look into doing some social work experience, maybe voluntary, before you can get admission in a master's. Few universities, they do accept candidates who don't have any experience uh, as a social worker, but still it is recommendable to do it. So the assessment body for this profession for a social worker is Australian Association of Social Workers. So they straight away recognize your degree, whatever it is, like masters or bachelors. You can go to their website. You can go to the website of Australian Association of Social Workers and see that what degrees are recognized, and see that you are doing the right degree. And then there is physiotherapist or occupational therapist. So friends, this is one of the medical professions which is often overlooked by many of the students. This is a very a very good paid profession in Australia. There are not many physiotherapists available. They always remain in demand. So this is one of the profession which should be looked into by anyone who is want to pursue something in medicals, or something in like medical profession. So this profession will be in high demand in the future. Till 2030, there is no doubt that it gonna have an exponential increase because of the aging population of Australia. They need many physiotherapists for in their medical sector. So what you need to do to be a physiotherapist, you need to do a bachelor's or a master's in physiotherapy or in occupational therapy. So who recognized this? This course is recognized by Australian Health Practitioner Regulation Agency, or AFRA. Is same agency which does it for nursing or other medical professions. Uh, this one will like if you do a recognized course in physiotherapy, you can get straight away recognition from AFRA, and then you can pursue your career in this profession in Australia. So the jobs are ample. You easily get a job in this profession, even in like today's time. So you should definitely look into this profession. other thing Other thing we can do is IT. As you will tell me that you are lying, because IT people are struggling in at this stage. Means even at 90 points they are not getting invitations, but it soon gonna be changing. If you look into the ceiling occupation list, like released like earlier this month, they have increased the seats for the IT professionals. So this means that there would be an increase in demand for IT professionals in the future. So it would be the IT would be a good profession to be in if you are looking for a permanent residency. So what you need to do, you need to do a bachelor's or a master's in IT to be an IT professional. The assessment, as you most of you must be knowing, that it is done by Australian Computer Society or ACS, and the assessment for the assessment you must complete a professional year. So assessment, you must complete a professional year. Yes, you should. But if you have some kind of experience in IT, you can still do an assessment without a professional year. But to as professional year gives you extra 5 points, so we always recommend that you do a professional year as well. Plus, even if you have a job, you still do a professional year because you get extra points. Um, so right now, for 189, the point scores for IT professional is like 90, but it may soon come down. We hope that it will be like in the future it would come down. I mean, depending upon the invitations they give post October, it may come down to like 80 points or maybe less. So the profession you look into in computer, like in this one, would be of a computer programmer or ICT business analyst or business developer, etc. Right? And then we'll talk about nursing. So nursing is one of the you all know nursing is one of the most popular course, and or an option which is looked by the students for permanent residency. So if they are doing it, means if as this is most common, I would say that people are not wrong in doing nursing. If you are pursuing nursing, I would say that you are in a good boat. So you should definitely pursue this one. uh, so how you can pursue nursing? So nursing can be pursued by doing a diploma or a bachelor's or or a master's. So the degree which you do should be recognized by EFRA or Australian Health Practitioner Regulation Authority Agency, and and then later for migration purposes you do your assessment from or assessment from NMAC as well. So if you are doing a diploma, you would be an enrolled nurse. If you are doing a bachelor's or a master's, you would be a registered nurse. So these jobs, the jobs you can find by doing nursing would be in aged cares, in hospitals, or in private practices. There are ample jobs available for this profession, for nursing. And then there are not, but means this one is not the last profession to be looked into. So there are many more professions too which are equally good, but then there are like few professions which can be done by the vet courses. So as the Australian government has said that they will be spending on infrastructure. So the courses related to construction or mechanic would remain in high demand. So by construction we mean you know uh, like concreting or bricklaying, or you can say cabinet making or carpentry, or even like painters. These will remain in demand. Also the mechanics, as when you are doing work with the machinery, uh, it you need mechanics to repair those machineries. So the mechanics will also be remain in demand. So what you need to do this, To do this, you need to complete a diploma, or at least certificate 3 and 3. In some cases you have to do certificate 4, and then you need to do a job ready program in the relevant field. So assessment is done by TRA, which is Trade Recognition Australia, and you need to do a job ready program uh, to get through the assessment process. So what is the PR pathway available for all of these, like the courses which we have discussed? So the PR pathways include like the 491, 190, or 189 visas categories. It depends upon your point score, depends upon which state you are in, depends upon like what experience you got. So you can look into doing a 491 or 190 or 189 with these professions. And depending on the eligibility and the future point score, getting a permanent residency would be easier in these by these professions or by doing these courses. And whatever you do, I would recommend that you please keep in mind that assessment is the foremost criteria to apply for any kind of these visas. For doing a GSM visas, you need to do an assessment first. What some people do is they study something, and then it is not recognized sometime, or they need some experience which is not easy to get in Australia sometimes, because you don't know many people who can get you a relevant job. So you should stick to something which doesn't require any work experience. So the professions which we talked about today are fall in the same category. They don't really require any work experience. The degree is itself straight away recognized, or it is recognized by doing a professional year. So with these courses, you can definitely look into, if you like successfully complete these courses, you can definitely in future look into permanent residency in Australia. It is not like impossible as few people say. So how we can help you out in this? If you come to us, we'll help you out to choose the right course. We'll help you out to choose the right university from which you should do this course, so that the course is straight away recognized. You'll not face any problem in the future to get the recognition or the assessment, you can say. And we can process your student visa for free, if you do take admissions from us, or if you are affected by COVID-19 situation. And we do free consultations. And if you like our Facebook page, you'll see there the link for the NATI and PT classes, which we are doing for free. And we are doing Nati classes in Nepalese language. We are doing it in Punjabi language, and we are doing it in Hindi language as well. All right. So with the in the present situation, like although we have offices in Sydney, in Brisbane, in Adelaide, in Melbourne, all our offices are open. But our Melbourne office is working remotely because of the shutdown in here in Victoria. So if you are in Melbourne, you are most welcome to make an inquiry. So you can make an inquiry over the phone, which is 0393361318. You can book a free appointment with me or other migration agents which work with us. And we are working remotely at the moment, but we'll do look into your inquiry, and we'll answer your each and every question. And then there would this would be the end of this session. If you have any questions, please let me know, and we can try answering it here, or otherwise I can answer them like individually when you call us. All right. Okay. All right. So let's take questions one by one. So Prakash, what is the minimum point required for social work to get permanent residency? See, Prakash, right now we can't really tell you what the minimum point score are because the government is not giving invitations at all at this stage. But it can be anywhere between 80 to 85 for a social worker. But in the future, it is going to be the point score may go down depending upon how many invitations the government will be giving. Okay, so what are the PR pathways for people already studying masters in finance and education? Okay, so for master in finance, unfortunately there are very less chances of getting a permanent residency at this stage, means in the present criteria what the government is doing. If you are doing masters in education, still you need to be changing it into doing a master in teaching to get a permanent residency if your aim is doing a permanent residency. So these courses unfortunately don't get you a permanent residency straight away. Okay, so Pradeep want to ask that, is there any chance of PR in diploma in early childhood? If yes, then what are PT requirement for skill assessment? Okay, so if you have done a diploma in early childhood, you should be doing a job ready program as a manager. Then only you can think of getting a permanent residency uh, in this course. So yeah, I think that answers your question. Um, Sumit, want to ask that what would you recommend to the accounting postgraduates in order to a certain PR sitting on 85 points? All right. So if you are in accounting and you are sitting at 85 points, I would recommend you, choosing some other profession if permanent residency is one of your aim. Because in today's scenario, I personally don't think that accountants will get an invitation at 85 points until and unless you have you are eligible for 491, which you can get from Victoria if you have a job offer. Um, for other states, like you need to make your eligibility first before you apply for a 491 visa. So, Sumit, I would recommend you doing something else in studies. You can call our office, and then we can discuss it further. Okay, so what about PR options for someone who is currently pursuing a master's in early childhood? Uh, Keeping the current situation in mind, will early childhood teaching be considered a profession that is strong pathway for PR? Yes, Chanchal, I would say that this one would be a good profession to be in. In the coming future, teachers will remain in demand. So if you are doing this, as you know, to get your degree recognized as a teacher, you must be doing 8877 in IELTS in academic, and then you can get your degree assessed as a teacher, and then you can of course apply for as a teacher, and there are ample jobs available. You are in a good boat. So my husband wants to study cookery and he is independent visa. Can he study being independent visa? Can we lodge PR for cookery in Sydney? Okay, so For this, we really need to check what your conditions on your visa is. Normally, it like if you are on a student visa and your husband is on your dependent student visa, the studies are not possible. You can only study for 3 months mostly. But we really need to check the conditions before we can advise anything on that scenario. So you can call our office and we can help you out. All right. So Pradeep, 190 is available for in enrolled nursing. Yes, 190 is available in enrolled nursing. It depends upon which state you are in. In Victoria, if you are asking, it's not available. Um, Naveen. Naveen wants to ask, is 95 point system analyst, no invitation released for IT since July. What do you suggest to do? R485 visa is expiring 12th March 2021. And also, if we update the EOI and there is no change in points, is it okay? EOI effect date 6th June 2020, location Sydney Metro. Okay, so if you are in at 95 points as a system analyst, you you are at a good position, Naveen, and you still have time. You can wait till October. Like in October, they are releasing more quotas. So in those quotas, you may find invitations for IT as well. So it is your point score is good. And if you are in a Sydney metro area, I would say that you should also keep looking for a job. If you have a job, like you can apply for a after 6 months you can apply for a 190 visa as well for Sydney. So Naveen, I would say just keep your finger crossed for now and wait till October at least.
Thanks, Valjit. So can we talk? I'm not sure.
Yeah, yeah,
Or
sure.
I just need to
Tell
type.
me.
Okay, good. Thanks for that. So I'm just having a panic attack here because it's only 6 months left.
Yeah,
So I am not 100% sure because I am in Sydney Metro and
yeah,
I've got a full-time job. So
yeah,
as you said, look for different jobs. No one would employ just with 6 months of visa left.
yeah,
Everyone would look for a full-time guy and full
yeah,
working guys.
yeah.
So I am not sure. Like, should I just wait and pray to the god, or and can I take any backup? Because the last resort would be that I can switch to a student visa, but that
Hmm.
would be again like a carrot and a donkey kind of thing.
Right. Right. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I can understand, Naveen. But what I would say in this situation, what I will do is I will wait till October, till they release more quotas, and then I will make my decision. If they'll release quotas and they start inviting, IT professionals, I will wait. Otherwise, of course, I can, look into other professions to be in.
Thanks, Valjit. That answered
No
my
issues.
query.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Okay, Suraj Dhal, I'm working in a aged care since 3 years, though I belong to IT and doing PY at the moment. Is there anything considered as a critical sector for aged care? Yes, Suraj, for aged care, you can do is you can be working as an enrolled nurse. You can do a diploma of enrolled nurse if you want to do it. Like it is called a diploma in nursing. Other than that means just because of the experience, you cannot apply for any kind of sponsored visa from the aged care. But you can definitely look into changing your profession if you want to. I don't know means what your point score in IT is, but um, other thing you can do with the aged care is you can do nursing, you can do physiotherapy, you can do there is another course which is like it is related to social work. You can do that as well. So they have jobs in aged care. So yeah, you can be at a good situation doing those courses. uh, if you have doubt, you can call us and we can chat about this more. Okay, so Jay want to ask that I am pursuing a master's of property. The possible pathway upon completion is certified practicing valuer, certified development professional, and certified property professional. What's your view on this? I am in Victoria. Uh, Jay, you need to call me regarding this question because I need to do a bit of research, which is not possible, right now because my computer is taken up. I have to see few things before I can advise you on this one. If you can call me, or call our reception, you uh, leave your number, and we'll give you a call back. Okay, so Siddhant Agarwal wants to ask. Siddhant Agarwal wants to ask, for finance courses, would it be possible to consider a regional pathway to help in the PR process? Okay, so in finance courses, a regional pathway is possible, uh, but you need to be eligible for that first. So that is only possible if we can discuss on that, Siddharth. But I need to see the whole situation. Okay, so Jay, if you want the number, I have already like given you in the session. The number is 0393361318. So this is our reception's number. You can I can also type it for you guys if that make it easier. Um, okay, so this is the number to call, and okay, I don't know what's happening to everyone in the meeting. Yeah. Okay, so this is our number. You can call us and book an appointment. Our consultations are free. Uh, right. Or yeah. All right. So this brings us to the end of this session, I believe. If you have more questions, you can always call us. I would say do like our Facebook page so that you can get the latest, information or latest updates on the migration. And we'll see you next time with more information what we'll have for you. Hopefully, like the South Australian government will be opening their doors for 491 and other visas in critical sector by today. So yeah, hopefully there would be some good news for you guys. So for us to share you in the next session. Let's see, and good luck. Keep safe. Thank you. Thanks for joining with us.